So how old were you when you started the folk dancing?
I was about 8.
Were you born in Chicago?
Oh, Lithuania. I'm a refugee.
And so you didn't start dancing until you were out of Lithuania.
Until we were here. When we first came here, we lived in Bridgeport, actually. We were supposed to go because when you were in a DP camp, a displaced persons camp, we were in the English zone, not the American zone. And our friends who were with us there, they had family in America here in Chicago. So they sponsored them. And in order to get out of the DP camps at that time, you had to be sponsored to get to America. We were being sponsored by a family from Mississippi to work on a plantation farm. Dad had made 2 crates to put all our stuff in, our belongings, with the Mississippi address to be shipped. And they put us on a ship, a troop transport ship. Not luxury. We got to America. We went to Ellis Island. Dropped us off at this big hotel. And thank goodness, well, before we disembarked, our friends who were in Chicago sent a telegram that they would be responsible for us. I mean, these were DPs themselves who had left 6 months earlier. So when we got into New York, that's when all the plans were changed. So we didn't go to Mississippi. We came to Chicago. I can't remember well, but I think they had a small apartment, a kitchen, 1 bedroom, and a small living room. And at that time, they had 2 daughters. We all lived in that for about 5 to 6 months together. Hey, it was heaven. You weren't on the ship, you weren't in the DP camp. Well, Mom and Dad looked for work. Of course, no English. Dad was a real good carpenter. But you don't speak English, you don't have a license. You find whatever you can. So he found a job at the Coca-Cola company that made the wooden crates for the Coca-Cola bottles. So we found a first apartment in Bridgeport was on Emerald and 32nd. 3rd house from the corner. So we got the quote basement apartment which had 1 room. So we lived in that 1 room in a damp basement. But while there, I caught pneumonia, which put me to bed for 5 months. They couldn't get rid of it. And I couldn't walk when I got well because my muscles had atrophied. I had to learn how to walk again.
Is that when the dance started?
Yeah, sort of after that. There was a Lithuanian group. They all got together at a hall. The parents and the kids and everybody else, Saturday evening, whatever. The kids played, the parents drank. And then this man started the classes for ballet and then the folk dancing, so it all integrated. And then I found the Ellises when I was about 14. A Lithuanian girl was taking classes. She was older than I. She was already like 17, 18. She said, you should go to them. So I went to the Ellises. They were on Jackson, West Jackson at that time, where the federal buildings are. And during that time, my mom died. So Mrs. E took me under her wing. I was with them then ever since, till I left them to go with Ruth. But until I joined Ruth, I was with the Ellises all the time. So they were my teachers.